Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As the Ivy Day has concluded, I want to share with you some of my experiences applying to US universities and some of the common traps that a lot of students fall into. And hopefully, after watching this video, you'll be inspired by some ways or another. So let's get right started. So I live in Ireland and I've applied to universities both in the UK and the US. Well, the UK universities are pretty much successful. I got 4 out of my 5 choices. But the US is totally a different story, and that was actually quite as expected. Because I knew from the outset that the US universities required things like extracurriculars, leadership, basically things outside of just academia, and that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't get into the universities I wanted to get into. So in the US, I applied to the very top universities, so MIT, Caltech, Stanford, UC Berkeley, UCLA, and University of Pennsylvania. So about 6 or 7. And the results that I got were startling, but also as expected. So I got rejected from all of those choices apart from just UCLA and the University of Pennsylvania. So I think to sum it up, I feel like it's quite a bittersweet story because on the one hand, I got into like very top UK universities, the likes of Cambridge, which is ranked 5th place in the world, Imperial, which is ranked even higher, 2nd place in the world, and also UCL, which is 9th place in the world. And now in the US, sadly, I have 0 offers. So from here, I want to share with you some of the lessons I learned during the application phase. So as I said before, from the outset, I didn't actually plan to apply to the US. It was just like about 6 months before the application deadline that I decided to apply. So obviously there were not as much of a preparation as I could have done. And secondly, and most crucially, I think one of my failures was on extracurriculars. So a lot of people say to get into like the likes of Stanford, UPenn, or like those top US universities, you have to have a broad range of extracurriculars. Like you have to like be great at playing instruments or be leading a sports team, be captain of a football team or something like that, or like being head of the whole school student council, stuff like that. That's actually not the case, unfortunately, because myself, as someone who founded the college football club, as someone head of my year group football team, and also member of the whole school student council, I had all of those portfolio, but I think one of the mistakes that I've made during the application phase was actually reflecting about the depth of my activities. Like a lot of the colleges would, when they look at an application, they'd see, I in what way are you different from other applicants? For example, what my cousin said when he was reviewing one of my UC essays was that, hey, most people applying to the University of California, like UCLA, have all like club presidency and stuff like that. So how are you gonna stand out from the crowd? Well, I guess one of the answers really to stand out from the crowd was to do something big, and I failed to do that. Because whenever you looked at those big LinkedIn accounts from like those 16 or 17-year-olds, they founded companies that attracted like millions of dollars of investment from Google, and those are perhaps the people that the universities look for. I feel that though that the US is, especially the top universities, they're, instead of looking for people who excel academically, they're looking for people who have done things, who have done things already that graduates from their university are looking forward to do. Like, for example, publishing tons of research papers on journals, or I don't know, like establishing a startup and attracting millions and millions of dollars. Of course, those are like the extremes. Those are like the best of the best. But I guess the point communicating across here is that for most US universities, it's not just about academia. It's not just about your normal average extracurriculars. Because to be honest, most people applying to the likes of Stanford, MIT, they hold at least some club presidencies. They probably have won like a gold medal or somewhere in an Olympiad, whether like locally, nationally, or internationally. So in order to stand out from the crowd, I guess what you should do is really have an early start, plan out your moves, and think about how can I submit a portfolio that's different to others. And I think that's the key to admissions to Ivy League universities as an international student, because here again, international students are disadvantaged because most of those top universities only admit about 10% international students and keep the other 90% quota for American students. So as an international student, the playing field is already very competitive. So it's very advisable to start early, plan early, but do take my words with a grain of salt too, as I've been rejected by nearly all US universities. So the lessons I learned might not be universal. So please do think about my advice before taking it. But yeah, so see you next time. So you're feeling that you scored too much? Feeling you should be more productive during your hours of commuting? Well, Enspire is your daily dose of clarity. Free audio courses that make you think, grow, and connect. Hit the link in the description, join the waitlist, and be part of the future of learning. Get inspired on the go.